Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome. In this video, I shall be talking about the lyrics to Existential Anti-Hero Volume 2. This is the artwork for the cover of Existential Anti-Hero Volume 2. The first song on the album is called Whatever Worked Before. This is the artwork for Whatever Worked Before. We can see Sisyphus pushing up the boulder to the top of the mountain, which he never reaches. You can see some futurist vultures flying in the background. Vultures. Remember that. I'll be coming back to them. So, the lyrics for Whatever Worked Before posits that the 21st century is individuating. It is becoming distinct from the old 20th century ways of thinking, looking for a 21st century tongue, no doubt. The myths and stories created last century no longer hold any meaning. They are all collapsing. Our existence is transforming due to combining technology with sociality. Relationships are mostly parasocial, conducted only via screens, much like the one you're watching now, I would imagine, eh? Debate has been reduced to oversimplified declarations where nuance is an error. Many lyrics on the album are questions. This song too has many questions, but also offers answers on how we might go about restoring a high-trust society, how we might go about restoring a creative culture. Some of these answers may seem self-evident, such as we must state all that we believe. However, far too many people self-censor, never voicing their actual opinions for fear of being branded a double plus ungood non-person. If we cannot voice what we think, then do we really even think at all? If we cannot truly think, then can we create a better future for ourselves? And the answer to that would probably be no. If we cannot think, how can we imagine a better future? We will remain stuck playing stupid games. And that brings us to the next song on the album, which is called Licking Their Lips. Here we have some vultures and a hyena eating the carcass of a dead bull. We have an androgynous Venus-like figure holding a smartphone, looking down, observing parasocially. In the background there is a trophy on the third place. Looks like the third place has got the winning trophy for some reason. Well, that reason is the theme of Licking Their Lips. The theme is privilege. Whatever identity group one is a part of these days, it is all too common these days to consider another group as having an unearned privilege over your group. In this situation these days, one's own group is labelled as the victims, which is being eternally suppressed by your enemy in their privileged authorial positions. Such an idea as this fosters growing hatred and dehumanizing behavior towards the group branded as being the other. Therefore, if the group of people who have hitherto identified as victims gain power and authority, then retribution is enacted in self-righteous, self-justifying, self-rationalizing manners. They will lick their lips as all your assets are sold off and stripped. All your passions are turned to shit. Almost all identity groups involved in such stupid games these days, we're all involved in this. No one is blameless, including myself. I don't disinclude myself from these things. This is why we live in a hyperspace calamity, to quote a lyric from the previous song. The key to avoiding such stupid games of privilege/victimhood, the key to avoiding these stupid games is to be out of range and to stop paying to be disgraced. This means do not get involved in such polarizing rhetorics, and do not encourage such negationary thinking and behavior in yourself and in others. Our situationscape makes this very difficult, I must admit, but we must persevere. The next song on the album is called Heaven and Hell. Heaven and Hell. Here we can see the existential anti-hero pointing his two pistols at an angel and a demon, with the nuclear bomb in the background. The lyrics to Heaven and Hell were written after reading Milton's Paradise Lost, although they are much more Nietzschean in nature than Milton's text. Within every man and woman, we hold the potential to be demonic or heavenly or angelic. We have the potential to build a heaven on earth or a hell on earth. If angels and demons were to meet contemporary human beings, they would be petrified of us, our psychoses and our technological terrors like the H-bomb and automated killing drones. Such weapons of mass destruction can be considered the immortal fire that Prometheus stole from Mount Olympus, which we now carry in our immortal hands. The climax of the song declares, "Let's have vengeance for Prometheus." This is a dangerous Nietzschean statement, for sure, but Western existence is now godless. The gods are dead. We are constantly trying to fill this spiritual void with failing ideologies, communism, fascism, the so-called international rules-based order, neoliberalism. Without our mythological constructs to support us, we have nothing to hide behind. However, the future is ours, and it is up to us. We must vector towards the angelic. We must vector towards the heavenly, avoiding the temptation to use the eternal flame to burn things to the ground instead of creating a heroic light through the darkness and forward to the future. The next song is called What Kills the Soul of Superman. I have been reading Superman all my life. He is an inspiring, heroic, mythic figure. He parallels Prometheus, who we see here in the art for this song, Vulture. Like Prometheus, Superman cares greatly for humanity. Prometheus cared so much, he defied Zeus and brought the fire to humanity. Now Superman, he puts his life on the line time and time again to protect humanity, even when his powers have been temporarily nullified by nefarious ne'er-do-wells. As a nigh invulnerable hero, Superman cannot be beaten physically, but he can be defeated psychologically. Hence the title of the song, What Kills the Soul of Superman. If Superman were real and alive in our current existential situationscape, then he would be demoralized, defranchised, depressed and disgusted. Well, much like most of us these days. That's how most of us are feeling. I certainly am. Superman, he would not have the motivation. He would not have the motivation to perform heroic acts in a world where truth is irrelevant, where justice is arbitrary, where democracy is post-democratic, where we are ruled by greedy fools, motivated by exploitation and corruption and a total lack of competency. This song reiterates a point from earlier in the album, where I state that democracy is a good idea waiting to appear. The USA and the UK are not democracies. I doubt any country in the world truly, really is. And this song was written just after Trump's re-election. His inauguration featured many billionaires, proving that that country is an oligarchy. Now the next song on the album is called Chad Wolf is Back. Chad Wolf is the name of a politician that served under the first Trump administration. It's a great name, very cartoonish in a way, and I couldn't help but use it as a metaphor for Trump's return to office in the song Chad Wolf is Back. This return to office, it symbolised a victory for the male side of gender sectarianism that we are experiencing these days. The refrain, feel it so it is, want it so it must be, describes how epistemology is now emotion-based, not data-based. It also describes in this song the Gnostic bullshit. Gnosticism means redefining the world to suit the individual's needs. Clearly this is bullshit, yet we all do it. Yes, we all do it. We all want the world to be defined by how we want it to be and not how it actually is. And this is what I mean by epistemological freefall. This Gnostic bullshit thinking leads to universalist moral language and luxury beliefs. Universalism cannot exist in a post-democratic society. Morality is a luxury when we live in an economic zone that has no identity, born in nowhere. And authority is enforced with exacting zero-sum perspectives. It's like being trapped in a prison, hence the lyric, "Trapped on prison island, trapped on prison island." You can take this to be a metaphor for living in the UK these days. Like the song Can We Dream in Negation Nation, this song's lyrics are composed of fragmentary postmodern deceptions and perceptions. This form best depicts a broken society. This leads to the final song on Existential Anti-Hero Volume 2. This last song is called Who Am I? The first draft of the first lyrics of Who Am I were written shortly after the first COVID lockdowns were introduced in 2020. I revisited and revised the lyrics for this album as the existential situationscape we currently live under was first started during the COVID lockdowns. During the COVID lockdowns, we were forced inwards, self-locking into our homes that became our own prison cells. This could only lead to existential questions. We may no longer be under physical lockdown, but mentally, we have been under a submissive, sensorial spell of conformity. A spell of conformity. Each one of us is just a worker in the dark. Not just literally, but figuratively. We are considered to be disposable units at best, not worthy of knowing what's really going on. We are data points on surveillance cameras, waiting to be assigned social credit scores. We are treated as amorphous entities, so if you're male, you have no idea what that means. We are told we live in a civil society, yet CCT is everywhere and we're always monitored. What kind of existence is this? What kind of existence is this? It's an existence where we are all constantly arriving at nowhere, where heroism is just untenable. The only option left is to be an anti-hero. Thank you very much. Cheers. Remember to like, subscribe, comment below, and all that good, lovely YouTube algorithm pleasing goodness. Remember to check out Existential Anti-Hero Volumes 1 and 2. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.